I'm just trying to keep you straight. Because I think Tim was Jack, you
No, he's in Middle Tennessee, he couldn't get out. He says, I'll be here if he's going to announce that. David Hollinshead from his public, he's over the landfill from public. He's going to start coming to court. So he was coming tonight. He's snowed in Middle Tennessee. He said, yeah, we're working. Oh, gosh.
Melissa's verifying you hit the button.
I did, yes. We got a blue light.
This one there. One of them, I know what to call it.
I had, well, you would do that.
Can't do that.
I used to put mine on silent, but it was Janet, it catches it, I'm still having yours.
Because she's your emergency.
Then I had to go in and change it. But I kept saying, God,
Catching her first.
and so she was on a bypass, and I didn't know that. So I'd be in meetings, and people would look around and say, those are
You always.
I was the camera asked to use.
Yeah, I'm worried about the left side of this.
I would if I was you. I would also. You've had to worry about this left side for a while.
All right, at 6:30, we will call the Loudon City Council meeting for January 26, 2026 to order. I'll lead us in the invocation, and Councilmember Cardwell will lead us in the pledge. So if you could stand with us, please. Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, as we bow in your presence, we thank you for a gift of another day. We thank you for your guidance and your protection, your blessings throughout the day. Lord, we thank you for our men and women who have protected us this weather event, and all those that have contributed and worked through this event. We thank you for their efforts. God, we pray that you'll be with the minutes of this meeting. Pray that we'd honor you with everything we say and do, and it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Please join me in the pledge to our flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Roll call, please.
Mayor Harris.
Here.
Vice Mayor Dixon.
Here.
Councilmember Cardwell.
Here.
Councilmember Newman.
Here.
Councilmember Ridings.
Here.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like tonight will be a good night to rob a bank. Every policeman in here. We're glad y'all are here. Glad everybody's here. My name is Mayor Jeff Harris. I want to welcome everybody here to the meeting. Tennessee law gives every Tennessean the right to attend city council meetings and see how their government operates. We appreciate each of you taking time from your own schedule to be here tonight to see how your city government works. If you don't have a copy of tonight's agenda, you can pick one up over there at the table. That's your agenda's guide to how we're going to conduct our meeting tonight. But in order to conduct efficient business-like meetings, we've adopted some specific rules to follow. These rules are designed to keep the meeting moving. assure that all points of view are heard and considered, and provide for common courtesy. In a few minutes, we'll come to a place on the agenda entitled Citizens Input, where anyone who has signed in to speak to council is encouraged to do so. We ask that you, however, wait until you've been recognized before you speak. After being recognized, approach the podium, address the council, and observe 3 simple rules. Please state your name for the records at the beginning of the presentation, address all your questions to the chair, and avoid the use of improper language, profanity, or any other inappropriate conduct. Once the citizens' input portion of the meeting is over, the council will proceed with the remainder of the agenda. You're welcome to stand and observe the meeting, but be advised that any additional public comments will be limited to 3 minutes and at the approval and discretion of City Council. We ask everyone to remember we're doing the people's business here tonight, which is an important responsibility for all of us. You can help us do this business by observing the rules we've established. Again, welcome to the Loudon City Council meeting. We're glad you're here tonight. First item of business, and Brian, I don't know how you're gonna feed all these people, because Carl's is closed. So, you know.
You're right.
Good luck, brother. We're glad that everybody's here to recognize Brian. We recognize him for 30 years of service, and we're gonna do it in a special way. I've asked his son, Will, to come up and present that to him, and I'm sure it's an honor for both of them.
Right here.
Yeah, right up here.
Just over.
Okay, you got the floor, brother.
I don't think so. Public speaking makes me kind of nervous, so bear with me as I try to get through this. I want to start by thanking Dad, the council, and the Loudon Police Department for giving me the opportunity to present this 30-year service award to Detective Jenkins. Dad, my entire life you have served the citizens of Loudon as a real-life superhero, a Loudon policeman. I want to congratulate you on keeping up the good fight, protecting and serving for 30 long years, regardless of what was thrown at you. George Strait has a song titled "The Weight of the Badge." In that song, George Strait sings that the badge doesn't weigh a lot till you put it on, but once you do, the weight is staggering. Thank you for carrying the heavy badge and being a great example of what a policeman ought to be to myself and countless other officers in the Loudon community. Love you. You can have your bag. I don't think it'll fit.
We'll take a
Don't
quick,
leave yet.
we'll take a quick picture here.
You don't have these.
We'll hold you up here.
They can't see me.
Who's gonna do it?
It wasn't you, that's good.
Turn off with it.
Sorry, guys, I'm having too much fun here.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Let's get your,
Good. Let me get one with your family too.
okay,
Thank you.
take as many as you want.
Congratulations, Brian. Thank you, brother. Appreciate Bring yourself. Bring them up. Thank you, buddy.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Sorry, kids, now you know where you get it.
All right, the good looking Jenkinses are here.
We'll masquerade with the good looking Jenkins.
That's right. All right. There, sorry about that. Thanks, guys. Thank all you guys for coming out. I'll give us time.
It's up to you, sure.
Yeah, sure.
I want y'all to go up there.
Can all the policemen and deputies go through real quick, including Ken? Ken Ross is back here.
Ken, finish your hair.
Here we go. I think they'll be digging enough wall here.
I got him this job, just y'all know.
I got him married.
People don't like you, so
Get a desk clock on
You good?
No.
Forget why they go on this man right here, is it okay? Is that
it. You better open the counter.
You got a panoramic over there?
All right.
I ain't for the court this week.
Maybe we could recertify with that taser now?
You know which way it's gonna go.
You shot it all the way over here.
It went that way too. Mass exodus.
Yep. It's like church when they say dinner's ready,
Yep.
you know, everybody's out.
You always watching where it's going.
No idea. Yeah, you want to screen it. Thanks again, Brian.
Thank y'all, appreciate it.
Good.
All right, next item is to adopt our agenda.
Motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, our agenda is adopted. Citizens input, we have one. Sir, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Chris Kirby, is that correct?
Sir.
Okay, come and tell us what's on your mind.
A few things for you guys to follow along if you like. My name's Chris Kirby. I co-own and represent 3 riverfront properties along Matlock Bend Road. 4453, 4531, and 4533 Matlock Bend Road. I'm a 45-year resident of Loudon County. I have 30 years in the construction management industry. I'm a local business owner. I came here to discuss 3 topics and/or address you with 3 topics. 1, the lack of the following of City of Loudon Development Manual, which I provided. Lack of maintaining city roadway ditches, which I'll show you the proof in a minute. Allowing unpermitted construction to commence and continue while not having a permit for over 6 months. 6 months. So developers and builders and general contractors, pay attention. Third is code contradictions amongst your website, amongst your public literature that we have to follow, the protocols. We'll talk about that in a minute. Code contradictions, one being 1 acre disturbance on your website, whereas a 3 acre disturbance on the actual Loudon City electronic website, or vice versa. My apologies. It's 3 acres in your written Loudon Development Manual. Okay, and I have it tabbed and we'll run through it real fast in a minute, but I'm just giving y'all a heads up on what's happening. Item B, we're gonna discuss how anyone in the city must retain, any development must retain their own runoff. Retention, catch basins, inverts, outfall structures. You're a realtor, right, Mr. Harris, by trade?
I'm
So you're familiar with some of these terms, right?
Yeah.
Outfall structure, you've ran the city for a while. So we don't have to go through some of the terminology and whatnot, construction terminology that's gonna relate to this conversation. Thank you guys for giving me the time to come and talk to you. I'm not a public speaker, I'm a citizen. I'm your neighbor. I'm your county neighbor, okay? I come here as a county resident because the laws and the way you operate the city are affecting my property values and my daily life. I have current appraisals on my properties for whatever reason. And decisions made and items in your code and neglect of enforcing your code is costing me a lot of money. Okay? I'm not here to attack you. I'm not here to attack any of you folks. None of y'all did this to me. I'm gonna help you understand my current situation. I'm gonna make you understand my expectations and the standards that all of us as a city and a county gotta live by. Your written documentation of how to operate in the city of Loudon County. City of Loudon County, whatever. All right? I'm here to let my neighbors, my city neighbors, my county neighbors, my immediate neighbors, of the double standard that exists and how the city's choices are affecting the county, the city, and the state citizens. Okay? We have owners from other parts of the state that are developing properties. We have locals. We have all kinds of things, right? I'm a county resident. Some of you are city, some of you are county, correct? Correct.
We're all city.
Fair enough. Let's go to number one. This is my little visual aid. I downloaded this and printed this off of your website. This is the manual for development in the city of Loudon County. City of Loudon, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Reference the building permit, please. Page 1, very last paragraph. Building inspector will issue a building permit once the proposed development has completed pre-development review by the planning commission or the inspector. Moving on. Second one, very last paragraph, first sentence. Entrance access permits. Before construction, the developer shall acquire an entrance permit from the road superintendent for property fronting public streets, roads, if state highway, blah, 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 get a permit, right? For the sake of reading the whole paragraph. Get a permit when you're gonna get a highway, when you're gonna cut a new roadway, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Driveway, moving on. Section 9-101 in the Loudon City Building Code, Development Code, not Building Code, Development Code. Section 9 is erosion and sediment control standards. It's the very end topic of the whole building code. How to build your house is the first 8. Number 9 is how you keep from drowning your neighbor. Permits 9101. Any site of 3 acres or more shall be exposed or disturbed, blah, 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 should have grading permit issued by the building inspector. 1 acre. 1 acre on your website. 1 acre per TDEC, per the state. So per the city, you have a 1 or a 3. The state says a 1. Okay? Moving on. We'll go on through, you can read the rest of the minutia of 9, but we're going to move to 9.106. Okay? It pertains to me. Pretty heavy. Drainage and runoff. First few paragraphs, it explains. The very last paragraph of your building code is the most important to me. Section B, any land disturbing activity shall be so conducted to eliminate unnecessary runoff and or drainage into properties or public right-of-ways. Right? It's your document, correct? That's our rules of engagement.
We can read it.
Fair enough. So that's just a little background of what's happening. Here's what has happened to me on Matlock Bend. This particular instance right here, and you can go to picture number 1, July 28th. Tennessee National brings the machine down and they bust the fence row open across from my property. They open this driveway 30 yards from an existing gravel road that goes up to the telephone tower. Okay? 30 yards. They cut a 75-yard opening and made them a roadway to bring trucks and logs and all that mess in and out of there. Fair enough. I'm okay with it. I'm a businessman. I'm in the construction industry. I know how it goes. Silt fence me up, bring in the Porta-John, let's get her going, right? No. The next day I go to check my mailbox and one of their operators is taking a urinating by my mailbox. Picture number 2, all right? Now I just came in from out of town, working out of state. I go to check my mailbox. That's what I see, gentlemen, ma'am. It's terrible. I have 3 daughters and a wife that come and go from my property all day long. And that's what they get to see. I got to see it. Moving on. We had a little incident, and I'm sure it's kind of funny, but picture number 3, I'm sure you remember it. We had a meter box cave in. Matlock Bend. Man was logging, half cut his leg off, whatever. I don't know, I'm listening to my neighbors, they tell me this. Fire department shuts the road down. Police department shuffles. They caved in my meter box. Okay, long story short. There's the fancy picture. Moving on. That picture's gonna be in it. It'll come back up here in a minute. So September 21st, and I'm gonna move fast because I know I talk a lot, but I'm gonna move fast through these pictures. This is my first occurrence of water coming across the road. Now, when the guy was taking a leak, urinating in the cross, the next day I had a county commission meeting that I attended, and I laid this out there on the table in front of my county commissioners. And I said, gentlemen, I need some help. Bill Geames, Chase Randolph, Van Shaver, I think. Billy Bickle was even standing right there with us because he's my road superintendent, right? Gentlemen, this ain't fair. What's happening? Help me out. Mr. Geames gives me a call the next day. He said, got you in touch with Travis Gray. He works for you guys, right?
Yes, he does.
What is his capacity?
He's codes enforcement.
Codes enforcement.
Mhm.
Perfect. He's the man I want to talk to, right? Yeah? Fair enough. I come home from out of town, blah, 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 blah. First thing I see. Now, we've gone beyond the guy falling through the mailbox, or through the thing and everything. So this is my first water across the street right here. So I complained to my county officials that you have no silt fence, you have no outhouse, you have no erosion control. Help me out. You're gonna flood me out. Period. A layman could look up my driveway and see 200 yards up a mountain that's skinned. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's go to fifth. Let's go to the fifth picture. University of Tennessee, Mississippi ball game. Coming home from a daughter's function. Bonnie and I are cruising down the road. We come home, and number 5 is what we see coming into the property. Take a look at that. Look at that. It's no bullshit. I'm sorry. That's no joke. That's my yard. Look at the mulch. That's their silt fence. It's in my yard. It's all the way to the river now, after yesterday. This is our second occurrence, right? There's number 1. That was on September 22nd. Number 2, September 27th. I mean, this is the ball game day. This is the one that washed the neighbor's driveway all the way to the river. And then that next day, they come down on a Sunday, had a machine clean the neighbor's driveway, brought 40 loads of rock and built the neighbor's driveway the next day on a Sunday. Finished it up on Monday. Believe that? It's the truth. Look at picture 7. Take a look at picture 7. That's coming down my yard. Right across the road. It's 20 foot wide, 30 foot wide, 6 inches deep. How? Huh? What?
Go ahead, Chris.
All right, moving on. All right, picture 8. We all got barns, right? You got a barn, you got a barn, you got a barn, you got a barn. What do you got in your barn? You got a barn?
No, sir, I don't, but you need to speak to me.
Picture 9 is my barn.
I got you. Yeah, I see it.
That's 3 inches of water and silt running through my barn floor. Generators, tractors. Just, my whole barn floor is covered in mud. Now, go to picture 12. No, I'm gonna wrap it up quick, sorry. Picture 12 is that same meter box that we fell in 3 days prior. Now it's full of mud and silt. It had to be dug out, repaired, replaced, but the picture is just it's for content. The mud, the flow that came from across the street placed 4 to 6 inches of red clay silt from the top of my property on Matlock Bend, 750 feet to the Tennessee River, a 75-foot wide swath. Okay? So now think about that much red clay mud from your top of your property to the bottom of your property, 1/2 of your property. It's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. But that's what I'm trying to help you understand. Picture 13, moving fast. This is my correspondence with my city mayor, county mayor, Mr. Bradshaw. He met with the powers that be on my fence row. Commissioner Gaines, Travis Gray, and the foreman were there this morning. TDEC was on site and they have a plan to redirect the water to the 2 retention ponds. Blah, blah, blah. Billy Pickle gonna clean out the roadways. You can read it yourself. He's trusting that TDEC is gonna enforce their regulations so this doesn't happen in the future. I got you. Understood. Number 14. The contractor put a double silt fence, 3 layers of mulch, and a couple berms up the hill there. Yesterday, there was yesterday. Yesterday we had a worse event than the third event, and it put that rock driveway that they just built the rest of the way in my yard. From the road to the river. Now, I know what the contractor's done. I know what this Loudon County's done for me. And I've read, I'm beating my head against the wall. TDEC, Tennessee Department of Environmental Conservation, came out because they invited her. She came to my place. She videoed and photographed my property and put my property in a federal report that is now a drainage ditch for Tennessee National. If you think that's acceptable, you've lost it. It's not gonna happen. Now, what we've failed to do, we failed to make these guys get a permit to work where they were working. They were working outside of their permit area per Ms. Vickers in this violation report. Second notice of violation. A subsequent file review indicated that coverage under the Tennessee Construction General Permit had not been obtained for the area in question. It was also observed that the insufficient treatment of stormwater on site led to sediment discharge off-site across Matlock Bend Drive into the Watts Bar Reservoir. In addition, an inspection was conducted at pods 2930, that's the two up directly above my property. And during the inspection, it was noticed that once again, land disturbance had occurred outside the limits of the disturbance noted on the accepted project plans. So I beat my head against the wall, I pulled the state's information, and then I find this, Basin 1, a catch basin. I go back and I look, well, this is a whole different violation on this same report. Fair enough. This is a flat piece of property over on the other side near the point. A flat piece of dirt has a retention pond. The state required the contractor and the owner to meet them October 13th for compliance. Wrangle the wagons meeting. Here it is, there's your people that signed in. This is all the fancy language that they talked about, what they did and what they came up with. And in their report, they have a fancy picture of this retention pond on a flat piece of land. Flat. By the river. Nice picture. And then if you study it, you'll see my area that is documented in this. You'll see my yard. It's documented in their federal report, the second one. So TDEC says, we're gonna do our part, and we're all gonna meet, and Barge, which the owner paid an erosion control company to create a remediation plan for them to stop the erosion and the water coming to me, right? Beautiful. It's upside down. Look here. So here's what you see in the picture. This section of double silt fencing is not in place. There's two existing retention ponds, gentlemen, right here. This is the top of the mountain that backs up to the landfill. These are two spur cul-de-sacs. They're not in place, but the infrastructure is going as we speak. See this line right here? That line is the original limits of construction. Those silt fences right there, that's limits of construction. This contractor has cleaned this mountainside off, extended, lowered the elevation, extended the deck out. You have 100-foot elevation change in less than 300 feet right here. Do the math. You can look, you can see on there, it has all the, it's a topo. Why is there not a plan with a retention pond right here? Because they didn't supply you guys with one. Because nobody's reviewed this. They shouldn't be working here. They shouldn't have flooded my property 4 times now. You have to help me. You have to help me. Because in your code, it specifically says that they're going to retain their water. Make them retain their water, please. I ask you, make them retain their water. All right?
Okay,
That's all I got.
okay, we got your information. Thanks for coming.
Appreciate it. Thanks for hearing me.
All right, next item is approval of the minutes. Attorney's not here, but he did review them and said they were accurate.
Motion to approve.
Can we have a motion to have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. First resolution is approving the selection of a direct primary care provider, authorizing contract negotiation. Just for clarification, this is just approval to authorize the city manager and staff to proceed with contract negotiations with this provider and bring that back to us. This is not approving a contract, this is just approving him to
Motion to approve.
start those conversations. Motion second, any questions or discussions about it?
We'll just feed it. If we have additional questions, we'll feed them to the manager.
And I will bring, I've already have Brian, ready to be here on the.
Those will be here at February workshop to ask specific questions
Yes,
about that.
so send me all you got and I'll help, that'll help.
Okay. Okay, any more questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next item is authorizing application for the 26 Historic Preservation Fund and committing to the matching funds. This is a,
Motion to approve.
okay, have a motion to have a second?
Second.
This is for an additional historic preservation grant to update the city's design guideline manual.
Yes.
Okay, any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next one is authorizing agreement with Loudon Live. This is attached agreement that you have in your packet. It's effective February 1st through June 30th. It's just
I'll
for
make a
5
motion.
months. Okay, have a motion?
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions about that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is awarding the bid for the on-call road maintenance with Innovative Excavating and Construction. They were the low bidders for a 1-year contract.
I'll make a motion, we accept.
Okay, we have a motion by Vice Mayor Dixon, a
Second.
second by Councilmember Newman. Any questions about that? All in favor say aye. Aye. Next is authorizing the purchase of asphalt repair equipment for the Public Works Department. This is for asphalt repair equipment using the Sourcewell quotes that was presented at the workshop.
I'll make a motion, we accept.
Okay,
Second.
motion and second. Any questions about that equipment?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We just got through approving a bid for on-call road maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we need this?
Daniel, you wanna speak to that?
Well, it's always good to have it's recommended to have a layered operational posture to it. The stuff we're getting is for routine maintenance, and there will come a time that we'll have to have a whole lane paved or one of his trails or something like that this equipment just can't do. And it's just for that. It's no cost to have the contract unless we use it. We just use it for surge protection. You know, if we get a storm come through, just tear a lot of stuff up to come in and help us out. It's just pretty much a backup.
So you're gonna do all the lane cuts?
Yes,
The Innovative Excavating is a backup.
it's just a backup. It's to handle what fire equipment can't handle.
Okay. So you're gonna do all the backups, right?
Yes.
Where you getting them in? Where you getting them in?
What's that?
The men?
We do have employees that we can do, because it's gonna take like 9 days to do this, and then we'll find other ways to get them in, but I should be the one run a crew doing it at least 3 days a week.
Along with trash pickup?
Yes.
Any other questions? Okay, motion second's been there. Any other questions? Not all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay. All right, authorizing the purchase of skid steer loader and cold planer for the Public Works Department using Sourcewell quotes. That's the pleasure of council.
I'll make a motion, we accept.
Okay, we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Motion and second to purchase the skid steer from Sourcewell Quote. Any questions about that? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay. All right, next is amending resolution number 2025-40, which is amending the pay classification plan. This is for the included K-9 handler stipend.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions about this that was presented at the workshop? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Resolution number 8 is providing public guidance to the city manager for development of the fiscal year budget 26-27. This is,
Motion to approve.
okay, have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions about what we're approving here? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Abstain.
Abstain, okay. Next is providing policy guidance to the city manager for development of the fiscal year 26 budget regarding the cost of living adjustment for the city employees.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Okay. Next is a resolution calling for a public hearing on proposed annexation, which is 9.8 acres on Matlock Bend Road East, tax map 032, parcel 111. This is requested by the owner, Marcelo Ures, annexation of corporate limits and zoning within the P1 Professional Civic District.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next we have the ordinance on first reading, amend the zoning map of the said property we just talked about, for annexation.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions? Okay, roll call please.
Vice Mayor Dixon,
Aye.
Councilmember Cardwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Newman.
Aye.
Councilmember Ridings,
Yes.
Mayor Harris.
Aye.
Thank you,
We'll have a public hearing February 25th at 6:25.
thank you, yes.
All right. Other business, fuel quote for December 18th, 2025. The low bid was Roger Petroleum for the projected amount of $16,188. And for January 21st, it was also Rogers Petroleum was the low bidder at $17,513. Another business, there's an appointment in the, I guess the contract with Loudon Live we just approved. There's an appointment on there, provision for someone from city council to be represented on that board. I'm gonna serve on that, in that role, since it's initial time to be on there. I'm gonna appoint myself to that Loudon Live board. Really just didn't need confirmation from, but since it's a first time doing this, I'm gonna oversee that and see how that's gonna go. That's the appointment, that's really the only appointment we need to make at this time. Some anniversaries, Line Utilities had Kyle Talent, Water Treatment Plant 7 years, Diane Cartwright, County Department 13 years, Greg Lambert, we recognized him in the Utility Board meeting. He's our Safety Coordinator, 20 years, Shane Johnson, Gas Department 28 years, and James Cinnamon, Wastewater Treatment Plant 31 years. In the city of Loudon, had Michael Flynn, Loudon Police Department for 1 year, Jacob Ratledge, Loudon Fire Department 4 years, Ryan Stevens is in our Public Works Department 6 years, and then we recognize Brian Jenkins in the Police Department in his 30 years of service. Do we have any reports from directors? Ramey?
I'll just give it to you real quick.
Sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't forget Loudon.
February 13th.
That's right.
Is that speed dating thing?
Yeah.
Kiss and boo. Okay, Ramey, any updates on the Liberty Park? Looked like they got the paving.
Oh, yes, sir, they finally got around to paving, but, the temperatures and everything have stalled a little bit, but they're hopefully, they tell me about every week it'll be done 2 weeks, so.
So is there still a section that's not finished?
Oh, yes, it's not completely finished yet.
Okay,
They're still working on, they got their equipment still down there, so, the temperature's gotta be above 40 to pour, so they're waiting on a warm day.
okay,
Doesn't look good right now.
yeah,
And then we've got the light poles and then some asphalt patching at the municipal park and the basketball court's gotta be fenced in completely, so.
okay.
But after that, it'll be all done.
One thing that's been brought up to me several times from different citizens is the upcoming July 4th parade, and it's the 250th anniversary of, America. So they're requesting that I put it, and I'll probably bring it up to the Loudon Live meeting, that we try to put some sort of committee together to kind of, it's a pretty big deal, So we'll try to and work with Parks and Rec on that. So just something that keeps coming up to my attention that they keep bringing up. Anything else, Randy?
No, if y'all, have any questions about anything, just, give me a call, let me know.
Okay, thanks for this.
All right, thank y'all.
Daniel, you have anything to mention?
This is, we put down 40,000 pounds of salt and 1,000 gallons of pre-treat through this event. I know it didn't turn out to be as bad as we thought, but better safe than sorry.
You had a crew ready, so,
We had crews here.
yeah, right. Thank you for that. Director Brubaker?
No, sir, Mayor.
What is it Sam's going through right now? I know it's a big
He's at
deal
the
in
FBI
Washington.
National Academy in Quantico, Virginia.
What is it?
The FBI National Academy.
Okay, it's like a 10-week
Pretty
deal. I mean,
prestigious
this is a big, did he have to get accepted
He
into
was
this?
nominated, and went through a lengthy process, was accepted, so it's a definitely prestigious program for sure.
Well, that's good for him.
He'll graduate in mid-March.
Okay. Engineer Hogan, do you have anything for us?
Just that, the resolution you passed for the public hearing, will be at 6:20 PM, February 23rd, when you meet, for your next regular meeting.
Has the planning commission already had their public hearing on this?
Yes, sir.
They've already had it?
In November, and that's in a report that, you can find in the workshop agenda.
Okay. Manager Goins?
Yeah, definitely a big shout out to our team for the weekend and last week's prep. Got the utilities and the city both together. Had some good things come out of that meeting. A lot of working together on critical infrastructure, and teams were ready. Glad we didn't need it. Some of our neighbors did. Harriman and Rockwood got hit pretty bad. LCUV, I think, still has some trouble going. So we were fortunate there. Asked for a report on a few different items. We'll take one and pass it. The Lakeshore Loudon property was one of the updates requested. The IDB exercised the reverter clause and issued the provided letter to Jack Qualls and the IDB until further notice. And this letter just basically says, hold the property, don't do anything with it until we give you further guidance. We don't know what legal action might ensue, so we've just kind of left it there until we see how that's going to go. Any questions on that one?
It's kind of going till March anyway, correct? I mean, that's the agreement.
We've reverted it, and it is recorded back in the IDB's name. So it is our property again.
So this just follows that up request.
So it's IDB, and we think we're gonna keep it in IDB till March?
Well, till you all say otherwise, but knowing
What's
that
the recommendation?
with possible pending potential litigation, and we had the IDB hired the attorney out of Knoxville that represented us. I would imagine that would represent them, not us. And that's who exercised the clause. I would recommend we leave it where it is and let him handle any lawsuits that come, if they come. And otherwise, when you all get ready to take action, do some kind of planning process, RFQ, anything like that, then you decide, they've been instructed to do nothing with it, and you can pull it back to the city at any time, or you can instruct the IDB to do something. It's totally your
I think the
discretion.
development agreement goes till March, the current development.
Yeah, that was his, like the deadline.
It's gotta stay there until March,
Pro-
then you decide.
With the pending.
I don't know that it has to, I don't know what it profits us or what it helps by bringing it back to the city, since the IDBs who hired the attorney to enforce the reverter, that's probably who would defend that, if there was any kind of case for that, I would think.
Okay, any other questions about it? Okay, Councilmember Newman? You have
I
anything?
got a couple
Oh,
more.
okay, sorry.
Well, landfill, you wanna give,
Yeah, the landfill, we was gonna have a representative here tonight from Republic, David Hollenshed. He's the Republic representative that's over this landfill. He's gonna start coming quarterly, and, but he's from Middle Tennessee and he couldn't get out due to the snow, so he will be here at the February workshop to give quarterly updates, ask there any questions. I know there's been questions about the potential sale of the landfill. They've done paving, mud on the
What
roads, things
have
like
we
that.
heard on the sale or
I've
possible?
just heard that the attorneys are discussing it. That's what I've heard.
And then is our rep gonna be here in February also?
We can make sure he is, yeah.
Oak at Sparrow Valley, that's another one that was asked about. They're back to work as far as I know. They've been installing some water lines, doing some of that kind of stuff. The utilities is ready to work with them. It's not a rumor, it came to Director Zimmerman. Maybe they have some lots that wouldn't perk, and they had asked if they could tap onto our sewer main. That force main is 100% allocated to development that's happening and other things that we don't have access that we could give them on that. If they wanted to attach, and if the utilities board wanted to let them do that, it would be a pretty steep AOC, just because they'd have to build a parallel force main and probably help us upgrade Sweetwater Creek. I don't think they'll want to go that route, but that's just out there, but we've not approved anything like that. But as far as I know, they're working and meeting the plans that they had provided, to the best of my knowledge. We've not
And so
been called out for it.
So they've been to our planning commission and they've got the green light to proceed.
Yes.
And that's with two
I
entrances?
thought that had come.
Two
it did
entrances,
not.
widening
Yes.
River Road, and two entrances. Yes,
And rivers to 20 feet?
yes.
Yeah, it met they presented to meet the minimum requirements and.
Curb and gutter or just?
I'm not sure on that.
Was
I
not
don't think so.
gutter,
There was no
Yeah.
curb and gutter.
Just shoulder.
but 20 feet, yes.
And then one other update, the software ERP, it's been quite the process. We interviewed several. Trying to do city and utilities has been challenging. We have a meeting about that this week. We are down to one provider, that now we can decide, are we gonna do that for city and utilities, or is the city, not wanting to do that path? We're to that decision point now. Does it fit the city good enough? Excuse me. And we'll be evaluating that, and then we'll be ready to start down the path of negotiations and letting you all see what software. And it's a broad spectrum it's a best of breed. Everything from purchasing, paychecks, time, financials, the whole package. So we're close.
Okay.
That's all I
Anything
have.
else? Okay, Councilmember Newman?
The RAC will meet here Wednesday at 5:30.
Okay. All right, Vice Mayor Dixon, planning?
We had one planning, nothing historic, just a regional planning commission. We did have new business, applicant 232, review the preliminary site plan and zoning ordinance. James Doing property owner APAC Tennessee Incorporated DBA Harrison Construction. A motion was approved by the board that, the staff had showed some documents, on the screen, the information about discussed between M1 and M2. And this was approved to be sent to city council, for their recommendation.
And we discussed that at the workshop, and that will come back up in the February workshop to review the information again.
That's it there.
And then probably have to, if council approves, it'll probably have to go back to planning for their approval. Okay, Councilman Cardwell?
The Loudon Utility Board met today at 4:30. It approved the following resolutions. It approved the manager to negotiate with Direct Primary Care. Also approved change order number 2, which is a sewer rehab, which is going to add a couple of new manholes and replace the sewer along the bottom part of Wharf Street, where they found where the sewer had almost collapsed there. We also awarded the on-call asphalt resurfacing to Innovative Excavating. We also authorized a new payment system for the customer service, to be able to take electronic payments and bring us up to date. And we established national gas rates. We were supposed to have a tourism council meeting today that got canceled and rescheduled for February the 9th. The finally met with the East Tennessee Community Foundation. That was on the 22nd, and it was sort of a reorganization, a couple of new faces there, and we're going to have another meeting here in about a month to look over an annual work plan for it. Historic Preservation Advisory Committee met on the 20th. It approved a new historic overlay and the addition for a couple of landmarks. And so that will now go to the Historic Planning Commission for their comment. They don't have to approve it, just their comment or any adjustments. Then that will, trying to get it to our workshop coming up so we can start looking at it, because it would take an ordinance, 2 readings and all that if everybody agrees. But it expands the district to include the vacant land that's downtown. It moved over a little bit more towards Atlanta Avenue. It put in Dunbar, the Blair House, and the Huff Johnson House along Sticky as separate historic landmarks, and also the Lenore home down on River Road as a historic.
So did it go to Ward?
It already goes to Ward along Cedar Street.
Yeah.
It included the homes on the other side of the street there, opposite of Cedar. Also captured some of the lower ones on Ward near the cemetery. Mm-hmm. Left out Dr. Budd's office, all the way down from his office to the church. Okay. Left that part out. There's a few more that once we do the survey, like the one across the street that's on Church. The house is over 100 years old, just got remodeled. There are some pretty old homes, but we just didn't want to write. I mean, technically we could add all of Loudon right now, because everything's over 50 years old. But it's a start, but that's why we want your input, and we'll try. And also shout out to Michael. He took notes that night, and his staff is working to get this updated, digitized, so he can get it out to y'all, so you can start looking at it and asking questions well before our workshop.
Yeah.
But this has been several months in the making. Also, the historic planning, we're now back to work on the historic walking trail to try to get it going. We sort of put it on the back burner to get this done.
The grants
and also looking at to get the grants, all that in. And also we're researching about making part of downtown to put it on the National Register as a historic district. We have some places on the National Register, but we don't know the benefits and drawbacks of actual district downtown. So we're researching that also right now. That's all I have.
Okay. Commissioner Riding, or Councilman Ridings?
Okay, I guess this is for you and the manager, what are we gonna do to try to help this man? go
Well,
to
I was
TDEC or?
Well, I was gonna just comment to him, thank you for bringing it, I mean, it's the first I've heard about it, I'm sure it's the first any of the council members have heard about it. Now, I don't know if staff has been, had any discussion with you or not, but I mean, this is appreciate you bringing it to us, I'd be the same way, I'd be upset if it was my property, I can understand that.
we're beyond that now. Now we're
Sure.
brass tacks, you know, but I have given you questions, I read your things. There are questions in there, my apologies.
I see 'em,
It's the
yeah.
end of that. And they're pertinent. I know the answers,
Okay,
but they're pertinent.
well,
And
I
this isn't
mean,
gonna stop until we get rid of the water, okay?
I mean, to answer what we're gonna do,
It's
I
really
can't say,
ugly. The
you know.
videos are worse than the photos, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. And my poor neighbor, he's not here. I'm not defending him or whatever, but my poor neighbor got washed out.
Okay, so as long as we're gonna do something.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean,
we're,
ultimately, ultimately, a retention pond has to be made on that side of the road. There's two there, gentlemen, and they have a pile of debris that's probably 45 feet tall, probably about 200 yards long, and probably 100 yards up the hill, square. Okay, that's sitting stagnant because it didn't get produced. They gotta stop work from the state. Okay, they've stabilized the hill. All of that was done. It's not good.
Yeah, that's all in the planning development district, isn't it?
But they haven't supplied.
PDD.
Yeah, they've operated, as he mentioned from the state, they operated outside of their permitted area.
Yeah.
So,
But Travis Gray knew. He knew. We called and told him. And he said, let them take 2 more trucks out.
Yeah, 2 more trucks.
That was
2 more
months
trucks.
ago. He
Well-
knew they were operating.
So understand, because you don't know, your
Mhm.
people are talking to you, and I have a hard time believing that, because Mr. Geems and I are very intimate with this.
This is the first I've heard of it.
First I heard, now they may have, they don't
Mr.
necessarily have
Geems and
to.
I are very intimate, and Mr. Geems and Mr. Gray are very intimate,
What?
because Mr. Gray came to
came on
my
the
property and visually saw all of these things. So now, it's not here nor there, we have to find a solution.
I get that, but Mr. Gray does not work for us. Mr. Gray worked for that man out there, and,
He's not doing his
Perfect.
job.
and he works for us. We have one employee, and that's that man right there.
Perfect, and so I'm where I need to be.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
right
right.
where I need to be with this issue, okay? So, again, I've exhausted my county folks. I'm working with my state folks, but when I get to the actual brass tacks, you guys have to help me enforce the general contractor and the owner, the developer. It's your responsibility to make them retain that water.
Sure.
They haven't supplied, they haven't even had the civil engineering done on this particular portion of dirt. So we put a fancy retention pond over there on a flat piece of dirt, but this huge, this monster, it needs a retention pond. You need to force them to have the engineering done.
Our managers, he's heard the
I'm
whole,
just talking.
he's heard all the issues he got
We
to,
have drainage ditches.
he will.
Completely
full.
full of mud.
They
We've had AT&T come out 4 times.
4 times they've
You can land a
located,
plane.
they've
in our front
located in
yard
my
with the
front
flag.
yard 4 times.
They've done nothing.
And I'm like, what you doing, pal? They're gonna get ready to clean these ditches out. 4 times they've located the locates.
Okay.
Get it done.
I
Let's
have-
move
I
is
back
that a
have-
on.
city street or a county road? That
Here-
not like them.
Half of it, here's from my county officials and police. My side of the road is the county, the other side of the road is yours. Point blank, straight from Billy Pickles' mouth.
Well, we have that in other places too.
But ultimately, that's my dilemma, gentlemen. That's my dilemma, city, county, here we are.
I think everybody's dilemma here is operating outside of the permitted area.
Yes.
And I think that's what we'll all try to.
Yeah, I mean, that's the first,
address.
you brought it to the right
That's-
place.
We're not
So-
trying to be the bad actor.
Right.
Either.
I'm
So we-
not, I'm bringing you
we appreciate
information.
your
That's
input.
what this is, it's true information that I didn't make up. This is all
Okay.
Okay.
public information right here.
I have one other thing other than that. The street department done great getting ready for this storm. Now we're getting your equipment, let's fix some potholes.
Absolutely.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, all right.
You got one in particular?
We have some, I guess you have some birthdays to
I do.
end with that?
From Administration Department, Lori's, can you say her last name? Sear.
Yeah.
January the 14th. Police Department, Sam Harrison, January 29th. Fire Department, Christian Gonzalez, January 20th. Aaron Gray, January 7th. Michael Hodge, January 31st. Public Works, Jason Lorenz, January 26th. Recreation Department, Colton Brown, January 12th. Cadence Ferguson, January the 6th. Electric Department, Greg Brown, January the 3rd. Gas Department, Lynn Davis, January 6th. Jamie Petty, January 27th. Chase Randolph, January 17th. Wastewater Treatment Plant, James Siddleman, January 11th. And Customer Service, David Garner, January 27th. That's all,
Happy
man.
birthday to all those. If there's no objection, this meeting will be adjourned.
7:32.
Megan, Melissa sent me a thing that said,
First
can you
time.
properly set the 6:20 public hearing, please?
If the recording is still on, excuse me, gentlemen, excuse me, please. I would like to stress that we have a 6:20 public hearing, and that's for the plan of service, and this is on February 23rd.